normally what happens in the real time, so you don't execute just one test case, right? So instead you will execute the test cases as a group of test cases, correct? So that's what we'll do. So what happens after execution? So after execution you do study the results and report, you do the reporting, right? So that takes us to the current chapter. So welcome to chapter 5, test execution and reporting. So in this chapter we are going to discuss different ways of execution, which is execution in UI mode, execution in headless mode, and then we'll see the test results and reports. So that is going to be the discussion for our current chapter. So let me just go back to the project which we were working on. So this is the project, and here previously we have created test cases under first automated test folder. These are the three test cases. Let me open one of them, which is manual mode. All right. Okay. Fine. Now we have seen how to execute this test case using any of the browsers. So that is going to be my UI mode of execution, meaning that I can actually see the steps while it is executing and on the application itself. And what is headless execution? You can choose these options and do the headless execution, meaning that the application will be executed and the steps will be executed, but it is that you can't see the application and the step which is actually running on with your eyes, but functionally it executes the same way as it happens in the UI mode. All right, so now let me show it with an example so that it is clear. So we'll take this test case, and this test case is expected to be failed because there is this stuff which will validate an alert, but there is no alert. That means this test case will fail. All right, so now we'll execute in both UI mode and headless mode, and we'll understand headless mode is actually working the same way as the GUI mode. Okay, so I'm running this test case in UI mode with the Chrome as a browser. So it is going to launch the application, and it is going to launch the browser. And okay, fine, it is going to happen. Now I am choosing the headless execution as well. So it has launched the browser already, I think. Let me just see. Okay, runs on. You have seen it has finished execution in the UI mode. Now it is doing the execution in headless mode. Okay, it has done in the headless mode as well. Okay, both the test cases have failed. You see, in the UI mode it has failed, and even in headless mode also it has failed at the same test step. All right, so that means headless browser execution is giving the same result as that of the UI mode, meaning functionally there is no difference though you execute in the UI mode or headless mode, right? So it is proven that headless mode is no dangerous and it is equivalent as that of the UI mode. The only difference is you just can't see the application, everything happens in the background. Okay, now what is the advantage? Okay, the advantage is clearly visible here. In case of UI mode, you see the execution time is 20.489 seconds, and you see in headless mode it is 19.825 seconds, which is lesser time. So that's the main advantage of choosing headless mode. The execution is faster, and the time taken is lesser. So if you want to quickly finish the automation execution of a particular release, then you go for headless mode, and it is going to give the same results as it is running when it is run in the UI mode, but with lesser execution time. So that's the different modes of execution, and these are the benefits of um, the benefits that are involved in each types of execution. All right, so now we have executed, and here we can see the logs. We can see in the console output where it has failed. Okay, somewhere it failed at accept alert step. So this is the level of details which you can understand at test case level. Okay, but you don't see anywhere a sort of report, right? Because since this is only one test case, you are not able to see it. That means when you execute a test case alone, there is no report. But when you execute them in test suites, then you can see the reports. All right. So let us create a test suite. Let me name it as first test suite. And I double click on this. It will open the test suite for me. It is it here. Now I am going to copy all the test case over here. So my test suite has three test cases now. I can deselect whichever test case which I don't want and keep the rest of the test cases. Now I'm going to select all of them. So all the test case, three test cases are part of my test suite. Now I will execute this suite in headless mode so that it will be faster. So I executed that suite like I execute the test case. Now we are going to see the difference between executing in a test case level and test suite level. Okay, so it is going to execute the suite. Here you will see in the log viewer, now we have three test cases, right? Out of three, we are going to see how many are going to be passed, how many are failed, and how many are resulted in errors, and how many test cases are skipped if they are skipped at all. Okay, the first test case is manual mode. It is supposed to be failed, I believe. Yes, it has failed. One failure. Now the second test case is record and playback. It is supposed to be pass. Okay, it is passed. Now one more test case. So here you will see the results window, which is additional, which was not there in our individual test case execution. If you see, there is no result window, right? But here in our test suite, we have this result tab where we are going to see the results of this entire suite execution. So now the execution is seems to be completed. Two test cases are passed, one is failed. Out of three, three are attempted to for execution. In the results window, we are able to see now three test cases are part of this set suite. First test case has failed as expected. The other two test cases are success. Now, how do we see where it has failure and how do we track it? So we have this option called show test case details, which I'm going to show you. You can export the report into HTML, CSV details, or PDF. That is something which we are going to see. You can upload these results into the desktops. We'll see all these sessions later in detail, but let me just show you these reports. Okay, this is the place where you can see the reports, in fact, and there is this reports folder as well. Here you see on today's date, there is this report created for first test suite, and this is the report. Even here also you can export as HTML, CSV, PDF, etc. Right, so these are the places where you can see your reports and execution results. All right, before we see the reports, let us try to see what is this show test case details. So here you can see the test case detail. If there are any images, you can see the information about the test case. Here you will see the stubs. Let us select the first test case. Here six steps are passed. The seventh one has failed. And let me click this arrow button. What it has failed is it is not able to take the screenshot. That's fine. It is not able to actually accept the alert because there is no alert itself. Then how it is going to accept the alert? So that's why it has failed. So from here you can understand easily which test case has failed and why it has failed. Let us click on this test case, no failures. You can just click on the down arrow. You will see this particular navigation is success, and you can see the information like when it started and everything else. Okay, when you wanted to hide the test case details, again you have to drag it. You will see hide the test case details. It will just hide that window. So that's all about. So these are the different places how you can see the execution results and the reports. Here you can click on export HTML if you wanted to see the HTML report. Select the folder. Now it has opened that HTML report. You will see the test suite. As a suite, it has failed. This is the suite name and the browser used is this and etc. Out of these are the three test cases. First test case has failed, mm, and it is failed because it is not able to accept the alert. So you can see what it has failed also, and you can see the step as well. See, the last step has failed. Again, you can see at this level also what is the failure, unable to accept the alert. All right, so you can see which steps are passed. If the step includes take screenshot also, you can see the screenshot, which we'll discuss later in further of the course. But for now, this is what it is all about. Here similarly, you can export it as a PDF report as well, and you can view the PDF report also. So that is about different modes of execution and the reporting that is in Catalan. We'll discuss further more the topics in later course. Thank you for watching.